Jerusalem. The smell incense burning in doorway. Alexander Nevsky Church mixes with scents spice sellers in Heart Old City. This church, which is among the holiest places in Christianity, seems at first glance very far from the Ukraine-Russia war. However, upon closer look, the effects of the war can be seen everywhere. We don't want these arguments about Ukrainians occupying a Russian church, says Sister Elizabeth, one of 6 Ukrainian nuns living here, standing amid 19th century relics from the Russian Empire. But we understand this as soon as Russia happens. If we take over property, we Ukrainians will most likely be kicked out from here. Located just a few dozen meters from Calvary, where Jesus is believed to have been crucified, and just behind of Holy Sepulchre. Alexander Nevsky Church was built by adherents of Russian Orthodox in late 1800s. Last year, gaining custody of the church, named after a respected medieval Russian leader, was at the top of Israel's agenda. An Israeli court in January halted an effort to transfer ownership of the church to the Russian government. This situation, which left President Vladimir Putin's wish hanging in the air, also means that Ukrainian nuns can continue to pray here without being deported for now. A Ukrainian pilgrim prays in the Alexander Nevsky Church, downstairs, at level of ancient Jerusalem. Stone walls and icons seem to preserve the silence around sanctuary. Sister Joanna stands in front of a cross towering over the place where Jesus supposedly heard his punishment before his crucifixion. Sister Joanna, a sober-mannered woman her 50s, arrived in Jerusalem 2 weeks after Russia's invasion February 2022. She, her face framed by a white veil, remains cautious as she discusses anything to do with politics except war. While Russian troops were trying to besiege Kiev, he was unable to return his monastery in the Zhytomyr region of Ukraine. The roads were already destroyed. There was no communication, and they started ing, Sister Joanna recalls. Her spiritual father decided to send her and several other nuns to the Alexander Nevsky Church, which the Orthodox Nuns of Mercy had historically been connected. Sister Joanna, originally from Kiev, was evacuated to Jerusalem 2 weeks after Russia invaded Ukraine. Since he lives in the Alexander Nevsky Church, he refrains from commenting on Russia's interest there. However, Ukrainian nuns could not escape the war completely. In addition to Israel-Hamas war raging in South, Russia's efforts to seize ownership of church and its lands constantly remind them of country that occupies them. Their prayers have symbolic resonance and contain an implied challenge amid serene spirituality. Alexander Nevsky Church is often referred to in local media as Putin's favorite Jerusalem church. When this is said, Sister Elizabeth, 30, from the Zhytomyr region, cannot help but smile. This place should be an international destination for everyone and preserve its high